Silence. It's ironic how much fear it inspires in a world addicted to noise. They shout and hurl words like daggers, attempting to tear you down. Yet when you choose not to react, when you deny them that spark of satisfaction, their power crumbles. It's like dogs barking at a stone wall. No matter how loud they bark, the wall remains unmoved. Many believe that power is measured by the volume of our words, the ability to get under someone's skin and provoke a reaction. They assume that insults, sneers, or the illusion of control are true strength. But here's the truth. Their power is a mirage, existing only because you give it room to breathe. When you choose silence, you take away their oxygen, and in that quiet space, their roar fades into nothing. Imagine a raging fire blazing and consuming everything in its path. Without oxygen, that fire dies. Your silence is like the absence of air. It chokes off the flames of their control. Every moment you decide to keep quiet, you cut off the fuel for their anger. It's not weakness. It's a deliberate act of restraint, a display of true strength. The mightiest person isn't the one screaming the loudest, but the one who stands firm amid chaos, unshaken by the storm. Consider the lone wolf, often cast aside and labeled weak for being on his own. Yet that solitude teaches survival. He learns to hunt, endure bitter cold, and rely on his instincts rather than a pack. Over time, he becomes fiercer and stronger than those who rejected him. You, my friend, are that wolf. You don't need anyone's approval, pity, or insincere affection. They want you to chase validation like a desperate pup. Instead, turn your back, walk away, and let your silence speak volumes. That is strength. Critics may call you cold or heartless. They will never understand the nights you battled your demons or the tears you wiped away in secret. They can't fathom the inner wars fought silently just to keep moving forward. Ironically, those who try to break you are the ones most terrified of your quiet defiance. They fear that in your silence, their words lose weight, and their attempts to control you become futile. Your silence isn't merely an absence. It's both shield and weapon. Life is like a chessboard. Every reaction is a piece you give away. React with anger, and you sacrifice a pawn. Show fear, and you risk losing your queen. But if you hold your ground and remain silent, you set up a checkmate without even moving a piece. The truly influential figures in history didn't waste energy on petty squabbles or endless explanations. They let their actions speak, and when they struck, it was both decisive and transformative. People seek control because they're terrified of losing it in their own lives. They project their insecurities, failures, and deepest fears onto you, wanting you to bear the weight of their brokenness so they don't have to face it. Don't let that burden fall on you. Instead, be like water, fluid, adaptable, and unwavering. Flow around obstacles. Carve your own path with quiet persistence, and even the hardest rocks will yield. Let them talk. Let them plot. Let them try to pull you down, but never give them a reaction. Their power evaporates the moment you refuse to feed it. There will come a day, inevitable and powerful, when they realize that breaking you was never an option. They will fear you not for what you shout or do, but for the monumental silence you maintain. Stand tall. Be the lone wolf rather than a meek sheep. Embody silence rather than clamor. Your quiet isn't emptiness. It's a potent presence, a force so formidable it speaks louder than any shouted word. Don't waste your energy on those who don't deserve it. Instead, invest that energy in yourself. Build your legacy, and let your rise be the ultimate rebuttal. Silence is rarely the path chosen by most people. They blurt out words because they're scared of fading into oblivion or being labeled irrelevant. Yet words are cheap, empty currency traded by those with nothing substantial to offer. In contrast, actions and the silence that underpins them are priceless. Only those with genuine strength can wield silence as both weapon and statement. They test you, try to poke holes in your armor because your reaction gives them validation. But if you let them scream into the void while you remain untouchable, you claim true power. Every reaction is a concession. Every word you give away is a move in their game. And trust me, they're not seeking resolution. They're chasing control. You were meant for higher ground. Just as a lion doesn't waste time reacting to barking dogs, you must keep your head high and your stride steady. Refuse to descend into petty disputes. Embrace silence and let it form an impenetrable fortress around you. Build inner walls so high that no one unworthy can breach them. Yes, solitude might sometimes feel like isolation, but there's a difference. Loneliness is a desperate plea for company, whereas solitude is a conscious choice to enjoy one's own presence. Learn to savor your own company, be your own sanctuary, and never allow anyone to use your need for space as weakness. Smile through the solitude, for even the sun hides behind clouds sometimes, but it never stops shining. You are that sun, radiant and persistent, and your quiet strength will outshine every attempt to dim your light. Let me share a story. There was a man, ridiculed and cast aside, told he would never amount to anything. Instead of lashing out, he chose silence. He didn't waste time proving detractors wrong with endless arguments. He let his relentless work ethic, grit, and eventual success speak on his behalf. And when he finally stood atop his achievements, those who doubted him scrambled for his attention. But by then he didn't need them. His silence had paved the way to greatness, and it can do the same for you if you master its art. Remember, silence isn't passive. It's an active decision to reject the need for external validation. It's a clear declaration. I am enough just as I am. In a chaotic world, your quiet determination will always bring you back to what truly matters. There's a strange power in silence. It forces others to reveal their true selves. It unmasks their deepest insecurities, unspoken fears, and hidden failures. By refusing to react, you leave them with nothing but their own reflections. Your silence becomes a finely honed blade that cuts through their illusions and exposes the fragility of their ego. While they engage in petty drama, you focus on building, creating, and growing in a way unburdened by their noise. In that peaceful space, clarity emerges, along with purpose and strength that no one can take away. Remember, silence isn't about avoiding conflict. It's about choosing where your energy goes. Most people aren't worthy of it. They drain your vitality without offering anything in return. Invest your energy wisely in your personal growth and future endeavors. That's where true wealth lies. When the world's clamor grows too loud, your silence will stand as your greatest asset, a shield, a sword, and a beacon of your inner power. And your quiet defiance will inspire others to find strength in stillness and to rise above the noise. So instead of engaging with every insult or reacting to every slight, choose to act with purpose. Let your silence speak volumes, louder than any shout, more impactful than any retort. Walk away from chaos with your head held high and let your actions do the talking. The world will eventually learn that the power of silence isn't a sign of submission, but a mark of someone who knows their worth and refuses to be dragged down by trivialities. Understand that the greatest impact comes not from a barrage of words or outbursts of anger, but from the deliberate choice to be still. When you stand firm in your silence, you're not ignoring the world. You're shaping it with your actions. It's a quiet revolution, one that gradually erodes the foundations of those who depend on empty noise. And while they continue to shout, you build an empire of success and self-respect that no clamor can shake. As you move forward, remember, every unspoken moment is a step toward reclaiming your power. With each day of silent resilience, you reinforce your inner strength. It takes immense discipline to master this art. There will be moments when you're tempted to respond, to let your guard down, or to engage in their destructive dialogue. But hold fast. Envision your silence as a vault, protecting your energy, your passion, and your vision. Open that vault only for those who truly deserve your brilliance. Don't worry about the critics calling you cold or distant. Their words are empty echoes, incapable of shaking the foundation you're building. Your journey isn't about winning every argument. It's about conquering your inner battles and emerging stronger. In time, those who once doubted you will see that your silence was not an admission of defeat, but a declaration of unyielding power. Their attempts to control you will crumble when they realize that true strength lies in calm. The ability to remain unflappable in the face of adversity. In the end, the message is clear. Speak less, act more, and let your silence testify to your strength. As you continue your path, each silent moment is an investment in a future where your actions, not your words, define you. Your legacy will be built not on the noise of transient conflicts, but on the quiet determination to overcome, to succeed, and to inspire others to find power in their own silence. So go forth with purpose. Let your silence be the roar that echoes long after chaos subsides. In a world that values noise and drama, be the one who stands apart, the one who listens to the quiet wisdom within. And when you reach the pinnacle of your journey, look back and smile. Not because you shouted the loudest, but because you understood that true power is measured in the silent strength you nurtured along the way.